Wrestling on weed.
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 Wrestling on weed. Subscribe today. Otherwise, we're gonna have a problem.
It's time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke.
Talk to him.
We want the smoke. We want the smoke.
Come on, Charlie. Ladies and gentlemen, Wow Nation, KGM Gruss was cracking, my guys. Sorry I'm late. Appreciate you guys being here early, man. You already know what it is. Wow Nation, gang. We out here, man. I'm excited as fuck right now. I had a pretty good day yesterday, and then it ended off with, well, I ain't gonna tell you how it actually ended off, but it kind of ended with me watching one of my favorite episodes of Dynamite, maybe ever. I don't know why I had so much fun watching this episode. Maybe because I was already in a happy mood yesterday. I was in a good mood, but I think that the show was it was almost flawless. There was a couple little mistakes during the broadcast that we'll talk about, couple little storytelling hiccups that we'll talk about, but as far as the wrestling on the show, was I watching fucking All Out Part 2? I don't know what the fuck that was. Like every match. Like, I don't know what's going on with wrestling right now, but it seems like anybody is like really trying to step up their fucking game right now. Like everybody. Like that. I feel like maybe the Sheamus and Gunther match just flipped this. Nah, I can't even really say that because Moxley was killing before that. Danielson was killing before that. Like Jericho was killing before that. I don't know it just feels like everything's a lot more hard hitting and physical in the last. Feel like I'm watching Walter or Gunther, but it was Walter then versus Ilya Dragunov or something. Like these matches are painful to watch. It's almost like they're trying to prove that wrestling is real now. And it's like, what the hell? Gruss said, wrestling got to step up during foot. That's a good point, Gruss. That's a very good point. This is the season where people want to see the physical contact sports. You know what I mean? It's football season, baby. The greatest 4 months on every year. So, my birthday is this Friday coming up. Not tomorrow, but next Friday. So my birthday in 8 days. It's just a good time right now. I'm happy. You know what I mean? Got my son in there sleeping right now. He's doing amazing, learning so fast, climbing on stuff, knows how to count to 5 already, learning his ABCs, can't even talk yet, and already know what's going on. We was watching Blues Clues, and Blues asked him a little question, and he pointed to the TV and got it right. I was like, how are you so smart already? Anyways, we're talking about wrestling, not my kid. Last night's show was amazing. I didn't get to take notes, so I'm still in my notes today from AEW's website. Thank God they have I didn't even realize he was here. I should just stop taking notes and just start using theirs, honestly, because theirs are a lot more detailed, and I give you guys a lot more information. I think some of these promos are like word for word. So shit, I might start using AEW's website for my notes instead of trying to do it all myself, because I'm a one-man operation. But yeah, man. What's up, Dave? I see you in here, my guy. Appreciate you, my dude. You're gonna be on the list with Gruss and KGM. Keep it up, man. You're gonna be one of the first mods. Gruss and KGM already got they spots. I might just do it soon. I said once we hit 1,000 subs, I might just do it soon. I mean, it's not 1,000% necessary right now since, y'all be the main ones in the chat. But once the chat, we have those days where we got 10, 15 people in the chat. We don't really get a lot of trolls, but still, I want you guys to have like badges and all that stuff. Once we get monetized and everything, I know I can give you guys like different badges and all that stuff for being members and shit like that. So I can't wait to do all that stuff. So I'll be doing this live stream. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do another news live stream, but later in the day because I got to run a bunch of errands. So maybe around 5 or 6 if I get done with my clients. If not, we'll be live for the news tomorrow around 11, 12, same time. Yeah, man. We if you guys haven't, go watch I did a bloopers reaction video yesterday. I actually recorded four of them, but only 3 of them are good because one of them I didn't change the resolution. I got to fix my YouTube because my videos automatically play in 360p when I go to YouTube, and I have 5K monitors. So it's weird. It's probably something in the settings, but I'll fix that. But yeah, the resolution was bad, so I'm not going to post that one. But yeah, so check out those videos that we posted that video that we posted yesterday, and make sure you guys lock in for all the live streams. I'm talking to people who are already here right now. You guys are already here. You guys are always here. But for people who watch this later, hit that bell right next to the subscribe button so you guys know when we go live, man. But without further ado, let's talk about this. Also, yes, Gruss, hopefully all of our teams do better because we all took L's. It's going to... But see, you Texans, right? Or are you Cowboys? You Cowboys. I don't never hear you talking about the Texans. So, yeah, hopefully they all do better. I got Tony Pollard on a lot of my fantasy teams, so I really want him to do well. And I have Travis Etienne on like 3 out of 5 of my teams, so I really want him to do well. And I have James Robinson on a couple of my so yeah, I'm rooting for y'all teams too. At least certain players on y'all teams for sure. But yeah, y'all winning don't affect us. We got to beat the Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos. Good Lord, it's like the gauntlet. I hope we 9-8. No, I don't. I hope we're like 17-0, but 16-1. But our schedule is fucked. But anyways, let's get into this show, man, because this shit was crazy. It started off with a pay-per-view match, hands down pay-per-view match. I'm so happy I can. Kids in the front room sleep. I can smoke. Finally. I don't get to smoke weed that much anymore. This is wrestling on weed, but it's really actually wrestling on babysitting because I smoke like 1 J a day. This J will last me throughout the entire day. I used to smoke this in the first 10 minutes of the show, so it's a different life I live now. But last night's show started off fucking lit, bro. Like, started off with Moxley versus Sammy Guevara. If you don't know, I'm sure you guys do. It's the Grand Slam Tournament of Champions semifinals. The other match that ended up main eventing was the Bryan Danielson versus Chris Jericho match. We'll get into that motherfucker in a minute. Lord have mercy. But this was not a bad way to start the show because, Lord Jesus, I don't even know where to start. Honestly, like Moxley, ran up and just started beating the shit out of Sammy Guevara. The chops were just so vicious. They did like a chop battle to start the match. That was like the theme of the night, I think. But the chop battle to start the match, and they were trying to hit each other as hard as you can. And you know how usually, I don't mind when I hear the loud slap because that's like a stinging pain, right? That's gonna, you can rub that off. It hurts, but the ones that sound like that look like they hurt the most are the ones that don't make the sound where it's just like a thud and it sounds like someone just got punched in the heart. Those are the ones that scare me the most. And there was a few of those where I was like, he just hit him with this part of his hand, dead center in his sternum. He's gonna die. Like someone's gonna like I feel like at some point someone's heart is gonna stop. They're literally beating each other in the chest like as hard as they can. Oh God, I can't wait to get to that main event match because that was just sick. But this match, it was funny because they were chopping each other, right? And then Moxley's like, "Give me some more." Which I'm gonna admit this right now. I might have said this before in the past, but I don't like that. I don't like when wrestlers are like, "Yeah, hit me," and poke out their chest like, "Yeah, let's chop each other." Like, nigga, in what real fight am I doing that? Like, I'm never going to do that. An MMA dude would never do that because a smart MMA dude be like, "Oh, I bet you want me to slap you in the chest, bow, and punch you right in the face and knock you the fuck out in 1, 2, 3." Yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm not trying to be your friend or I'm trying to beat you right now. Like, you can want to do some chops. You can want to get chopped, but I'm about to punch you in the jaw and knock your lights out. So I don't like that spot, and it was kind of, themed throughout the night. It works sometimes, but once it's overdone, it's just like everybody knows selling some shit that clearly they're tough guys. Yeah, they're just proving how tough they are. We get it. But don't ask for it. Don't just stand there. I don't know. It's like it's a catch 22 because I like the spot. I like watching them beat each other down. You know what I mean? With the chops, I like watching their chests get all red. It's like, oh, I want to show this to somebody when they say wrestling is fake. You know what I mean? It's perfect shit to show them. But it's just, I don't want anybody asking to get their ass whooped or letting people hit them. You know what I mean? When someone could just knock you out with one blow. So anyways, they were doing that and it was hilarious because I don't know if it was hilarious or it upset me because definitely when they were in the middle of the chop battle, clearly John Moxley has harder chops than Sammy Guevara. So John Moxley decided to super no-sell one of the chops and take a nap during the match. I'm not joking. He actually got down on the ground and did this. He gave him the Steph Curry treatment. I was like, oh my God, that's so disrespectful. How you just burying that man like that? This match was completely, it was a great match. A lot of back and forth. Like right after that chop battle, Sammy Guevara was on the outside. He did a couple crazy dives. Then he started ramming John Moxley's head into the steel steps like hard as shit. I was like, God damn, this shit is crazy. But Mox, just literally just shook it off. And, the crowd was going crazy. Crowd, all the this is awesome chants. There was a couple crazy lariats during the match. Them reversal lariats. I don't even know how to fucking describe the shit, but it was fucking amazing. But then all of a sudden, while the crowd is going crazy, Tay Mello and Anna Jay. Y'all want to talk about this? Can I spend a little time on this, guys? Because I feel like this deserves a little time. God damn, they bad. Oh my God. All right. Okay. I know they're both spoken for and taken. And, I'm seeing someone myself. So I don't. But damn it. Damn it. Those girls are hot as fuck, bro. Did you see what Anna Jay came out in? She came out in the sable suit, but it was purple, I think. She had the handprints on her titties. She has perfect breasts. They're perfect. Sable's titties look fake. I don't even know if they are fake, but they always look fake. But I was an 18-year-old kid, so goddamn it, I still lusted over them. But Anna Jay got them real things, and they just so perfect. And goddamn it, she's so pretty. And Tay Conti is fucking gorgeous. That's a sexy woman. She exudes sexiness. You know what I mean? So, God damn it. I literally had to stop in my fucking tracks like, oh my God. What am I watching right now? Damn, these bitches are gorgeous. Bitches are beautiful. Oh my God. Is Tay Conti, is Anna Jay a white girl? I think she's a white girl, right? She's not Spanish. Like her and Bailey, like I'd be confused. They be looking like white girls sometime, but damn it, Anna Jay. Oh my God. That outfit just did it for me. And Tay Conti, they both just look so fucking good. JR tried to tell everyone about Anna Jay and he almost got canceled. That's a fact. He did. I remember that. JR was being a little creep back in the day. Oh my God, she looks so fucking amazing, yo. But anyways, I'm sorry, guys. Got a little distracted. Probably missed the next part of the match. But Tay Conti got in the ring while fucking Anna Jay distracted the ref and Tay kicked Moxley square in the dick. It looked pretty painful because she didn't hit him with her. It looked like she kicked him with her toe right in the ass crack. That's what it looked like, which would hurt a lot. So Moxley was selling that. The referee turned around while he was holding his balls, clearly looking like he just got kicked in him. And the referee, I don't know what happened. Like, nigga, he was fine, and now he's holding his nuts. You can't just make an assumption on what happened. There's another person distracting you and another one behind your back. You can't just make an assumption. But anyways, he got kicked in the nuts. The ref didn't notice it, so the match went on. Sammy Guevara took advantage of it. I forgot which move. I think he hit like a running... I can't fucking he hit a senton at one point, but it's like, what the fuck is that move called? I forgot the fucking move where they flip together. It's like the other guy has to help you. Somebody help me. I forget the name of that fucking move that Sammy does all the time. But they did that shit and it was fire. Sammy just start forearming John Moxley in the face. Moxley start forearming him. They like, yeah, give me more, give me more. The shit was intense, man. It was intense as fuck. They were beating the shit out of each other. Moxley was Spanish Fly. Thank you, Gruss. He did a Spanish Fly. Yeah, so Moxley was beating the shit out of this dude the whole fucking match. Like, punishing him and no selling Sammy shit, which kind of bothered me, but it's Moxley. Moxley's a fucking badass. He's tough as nails. So if someone's going to no sell in the company, I want it to be Mox. If we're going to get those spots where, someone's being chopped to death and just like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I mean, Mox works for me. So it is what it is. And he ended up winning the match with a suplex. Because, goddamn it, that wasn't a DDT. I don't care what nobody tell me. The Death Rider is not a DDT. And yes, he's doing it very safe. For the record, I would prefer he do it the way he does than actually dropping someone on the top of their head. That's not safe, especially the way he does the move. So he's literally picking them all the way up vertical and dropping them down. So if he dropped them on their head, there's a chance someone could die or be paralyzed. And we don't need that. So obviously he flips them over. And this is how it's always executed, which makes it, because it's Moxley, it just makes it still devastating. And you're still getting dropped on the back of your neck, kind of. So I can see where it could still be a finisher. Plus, it has an awesome name. The Death Rider is an awesome name. You know what I mean? So he hit him with the Death Rider for the 1, 2, 3. Awesome fucking match, man. Awesome fucking match. Like, god damn, you going to start off the show? You know what I mean? We all knew Moxley was going to win this. Sammy Guevara ain't about to be fighting Chris Jericho or fucking Bryan Danielson for the AEW World Championship. He's not in that space yet. We know that. So we knew who was going to win, but damn, there was a near fall at the end of this match after he got kicked in the nuts, where I actually thought that Sammy might do it. And I was like, oh shit, I got caught. So I marked out on that 2 count. So this match was fucking fire, bro. Like, I don't even know what to say. And I do know what to say. It wasn't even the best match of the night. There were 2 other matches better than this one. That's how fucking good this show was last night. I tweeted out, I don't know if anybody saw it. I tweeted out, they don't need CM Punk. They don't. Again, CM Punk stan, not a stan anymore. Maybe when he was in WWE, I was a stan, but I'm a CM Punk fan. Like, I love CM Punk in the ring. He's one of the best performers, one of the best stick men in history. The pipe bomb was one of the greatest moments on TV I've ever witnessed. We can all agree on that for the most part, I think. Maybe everybody except for Two-Face. But anyways, like, they don't need him. They put on almost a perfect show last night without CM Punk and the Elite. Neither one of them were there. And I seen some people, well, they don't have the big names, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? I want to see good wrestling. You know why people fell in love with Black and Gold NXT? You know what I mean? It's because there was good wrestling and good storytelling. Nobody knew who the fuck those people were when that shit first started. These were all people from the indie scenes and random places. That's why people fell in love with NXT, man. The fucking pro wrestling and the storytelling. I don't need to already know that these people are famous. CM Punk got his ass whooped in UFC. I don't give a shit that he went and did that. Yeah. Didn't help his fucking notoriety in pro wrestling. Like, this shit is fake. You know what I mean? He got beat up in a real fight, which is like, so I'm not really, I feel like he's compensating by trying to fight the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. He got his ass whooped mad times. And that's 100%. Well, I think everybody knows that ROH needs them. Like, that's why ROH is on Dynamite and Rampage instead of vice versa. They definitely don't need it because they have a low. Where was Wardlow? I just want to point that out. He's the TNT champion. Wasn't even on this show. One of the best shows they had all year. Wardlow was not on it. That was one thing that I have a major complaint about because I really do like Wardlow. I like Brian Cage, who hasn't been seen on TV for months at this point, but I like Wardlow's a better version of Brian Cage, in my opinion. I think Brian Cage is better in the ring because he could do way more stuff. As far as I've seen, like, he could do all the flips and all that crazy stuff. He's super athletic, and Wardlow's more of just the Batista style beast mode guy. So I like them both, but Wardlow I feel like has more of that star power behind. He has a lot of star power. He's great baby face. So I don't, I wish they would have done something. Dave said I thought Hobbs was gonna call out what that would have been fucking fire, bro. That would have been fire. But who you gonna have lose? They can't do that yet, I don't think. I think they did the right thing. We'll get into that in a minute. But like I said, this first match was fire. After the match, though, that's when MJF stormed to the ring after Moxley and everybody cleared out. MJF stormed to the ring, immediately checked the fans, like, don't cheer because he got a massive pop. He's going to be getting a pop, and crowd going to be chanting his name until he wins the title. And then when he wins the title, it's going to be a massive pop. Doesn't matter how big of a babyface the person he's going against is. Everyone wants MJF to win a title, including me. The fucking man deserves it. Give him the belt. He deserves it. Like, I'm just like, he deserves it more than Bryan Danielson. He deserves it not more than Jon Moxley, but he deserves it more than Chris Jericho. It's even, but he deserves it because he hasn't had it, and he's the best promo in the company. I don't care if he's gonna put on a 5 blunt match. I don't care. Yeah, I mean, he's the best promo, and he's a good enough in-ring worker and a good enough storyteller to where I will buy him having that belt for a year and a half on some Roman Reigns shit. MJF could just become one of those heels that's dominant and nobody can ever beat him because he's got a fucking firm now. We'll talk about that in a minute too. So he's got a crew now that he can call whenever he needs help. You know what I mean? Ran by his best friend. Didn't even know that. But yeah, so I'm excited about everything that's going on. But anyways, he stormed to the ring. He called everybody in Albany. He told them they were fat and shut their mouths. So he said, 7 days, Jon Moxley. 7 long days. I haven't slept a wink since you and I came toe-to-toe last week. It's because I saw the look in your eyes. You had the look of a man with no fear, and it pisses me off. You must have me confused with somebody else. God, he's so good. This promo just gets better. He said, I'm not the same kid I was the last time we crossed paths, John. I'm not playing a character, John. You are. You're a joke. This shit got really, really personal and really, really real right here. He said, but I read your book, because obviously Jon Moxley did a memoir sometime recently. He said, I read your book, John. I especially loved the part where you talked about your childhood. You were raised the same way as these people, uneducated, poor, from the sticks. You got bullied, didn't you, John? When stuff like that happens, it forces men to put on a front. These people might buy it, but I don't. That's crazy because that's so real. Like the people who get bullied the most in school usually become cops and shoot innocent people. But also, you know what I mean? They end up overcompensating by trying to be tough guys when they get older, which is always weird. You know what I mean? But anyways, he also said, and deep down, you're still that scared little boy from the slums of Cincinnati. But I'll give you credit. You kicked your habit. You slayed your demons. You defeated your disease. But my brain is far more dangerous than your disease. Bad things happen when people get in MJF's way. This man said, I'm worse than alcoholism. He's a demon. He's evil. This man is evil. At least he didn't make fun of him for alcoholism like Jericho used to do fucking CM Punk. Well, for, his family or whatever. But yeah. He said, now, Albany, let's get down to business. A young group of gentlemen helped me produce my chip, helped me procure my chip. In the latter match, allowed me to introduce my first stable on retainer, led by a man who I call my best friend and have been on the road with. I've known him since I was 19. Stokely Hathaway and the Firm. I fucking love this. I fucking loved it. I fucking loved it. Oh my God, did I love this. You gave 5 different acts direction in a matter of 5 minutes. Everything they do from this point forward makes sense. They all got direction. Stokely Hathaway came to the ring. MJF kind of dipped out, which was weird at first, but then it got explained immediately after. It's just good storytelling. Stokely came into the ring and was like, yo, that's my boy. That's my brother. I love him. You know what I mean? He could always ask me for anything. We are on retainer. If MJF ever needs us, we will have his back. But as far as us as a group, this is called the Firm, and you will only see us together when we are needed to be together as far as MJF helping us. Otherwise, we'll be doing our separate things. We're kind of a conglomerate, separate businessmen. We all come together when we got to do some work, mainly for MJF, who cuts nice checks. So I love this. He obviously had everybody that he had. He had all the people in his fucking stable. He had Ethan Page out there. He had the ass boy, the Gun Club. Look at me. I didn't mean to call him that. And he had William Morrissey out there. And he had why I forget the black dude's name. I feel bad. Lee Moriarty. I don't know how I forgot his name. I actually really like Lee Moriarty and his green hair. I really think he's dope. But he gave every single one of them direction. It was really funny because he started with William Morrissey and he was like, William, I know what you want. You just want to do whatever the fuck. Sorry about that beeping. I got my window open. You just want to do whatever the fuck you want to do, don't you, William? And he's like, he ain't even really answer. He's just like, and he's like, I'm going to take care of that for you. He said, I love you, bro. And he hugged him. It was really, William just looked at the camera like, he's like, he's literally double the size of this guy. And he's just looking forward like, why are you touching me right now? Why, we're not friends. You just pay me. Why are you touching me? I don't. He's like, I don't think you heard me. I said, I love you. He's like, no, I heard you. It sounded like Stokely was trying to get him to say, I love you back. And William Morrissey was like, no, I heard you. Just keep going down the line. It was perfect, though. It was fucking perfect. I don't want to hear William Morrissey say, yeah, I love you too, bro. No, I don't want. He's the destroyer of the group. Let him be a crazy psychopath who doesn't speak. I'm fine with that. But then he went to Lee Moriarty, said Lee Moriarty wants to be the ROH Pure Champion. Cool. Perfect, works for me. He's obviously the Gun Club. They want the AEW Tag Team Champions. And then he got to Ethan Page, who's one of my favorites, has been since he was in Impact Wrestling. You already know Karate Man and all that shit. I loved all of it. His dumbass karate match, I loved that shit. When he fought himself, that shit was fucking awesome. But yeah, he said that he wants the All Atlantic Championship, which I love. I love the fact that because they instantly, just in that one line, they made the All Atlantic Championship feel more important than it was just by letting Pac win the tournament and just carrying the belt around, not doing anything with it, really defending it. Like Stokely cutting that promo and telling us that Ethan Page, who's super over, as a heel, is going after that belt, instantly made me care about the All Atlantic Championship because I want him to win it. So I don't care about the Gun Club winning the tag team championships. I would like to see Lee Moriarty get a hold of that ROH Pure Championship. I think he's held it before, though. Don't quote me on that. I think he may have held it before, but maybe not. But yeah, I would like to see him get his hands on that or back on that, whatever. And yeah, I want to see Morrissey just destroy people. He don't need to go after a belt. That's why he didn't get, he says he just wants to do whatever he wants because he's not going to be in the world title picture anytime soon. That's too packed already. They got too many people. Fucking Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, they ain't even there. CM Punk ain't even there. He's gone for 8 months. You got too many people in the world title picture right now. And W. Morrissey there's nobody I want to see W. Morrissey feud with right now that's in the title picture. Even though he has a mouthpiece. I just don't ever want to hear him talk. Like, I've heard him cut enough promos. He's a really smart guy. I think he's like a doctor or some shit, if I'm not mistaken. Very bright guy, but he's not that good at cutting promos. So I'm good. I'm perfect with Stokely Hathaway being his mouthpiece. Yeah, I would like to see Stokely with him all the time, and then the other guys come in when they're needed. But I would like to see Stokely manage William Morrissey just on a regular basis. So we'll see what happens from that. Yeah, that was the Firm, introduction to the Firm. So we got an explanation from all that shit at All Out, why they helped MJ. Just the story, so cohesive. Everything's so cohesive. We're still coming off the remnants of the Vince McMahon era in WWE where half of the stories made no fucking sense and nothing tied to the next week because Vince was only out to entertain himself and his old fucking friends in the back, and it wasn't about making sure the fans could follow stories. So this is just so refreshing. It's consistent with AEW. They're good storytellers. That's what they do over there. They have a lot of wrestling minds in that backstage area that are, I would consider, geniuses. But we'll see how it is. What the chat talking about? I'm gonna be there with my family. That's from there. Where you gonna be at? I'm gonna be up there with my family. Where you gonna be? KGM? Firm is the modern Bobby Heenan. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's the Heenan family. And so one of y'all mentioned that when they first showed up. I think one of y'all mentioned that at one point. The Firm got to win some titles to get credibility. I agree. I think that's why they set it up like that. I don't think the Gun Club are going to get those titles because it's not going to be a bloodline situation where they all have belts at the same time. That would be fucking insane, stupid, terrible idea. But I definitely think that, fucking Ethan Page should win. I think Lee Moriarty should eventually win. The ROH Pure title is kind of, there's a few people in the picture, but I think he could definitely be one of those guys. And, do I care about ROH championships? No, not at all. But, if somebody's got to win it, I wouldn't mind it being, and it will give them credibility. What else? I'll be happy to be Jay Cargill's personal assistant. I would be happy to be Jay Cargill's chair. Yeah, I would like to turn myself into a seat, a comfortable office chair that she can use on a daily basis. And I would like to be able to recline as far back or go as far forward as possible, just so she's as comfortable and as happy and as pleased as humanly possible. Yes. That is the relationship I want with Jade Carr. God damn it, I love that one. I know I was Anna Jay and Tay Khan, but ain't none of them fucking with Jade. Let's make that clear. Not a single one. Let's see. Would you say that? Oh yeah. Lalo cut the cap. The Vince McMahon era gave us legendary moments. Of course it did. I was never. Come on, man. Vince McMahon is like, my crazy old grandpa. My grandpa wasn't crazy though. He was a military man. R.I.P. Granddad, great man. But yeah, he's like, crazy old guy. But I mean, shit. The 35 years that he was in charge of the company, obviously he gave us great moments because I love pro wrestling. And that was the only shit that was around for a long time. So yeah, he definitely gave us some great moments. But we're not gonna sit up here and act like the storytelling in WWE was cohesive or good most of the time. It wasn't. We got a good story, one good story per show. One good story on SmackDown, one good story on Raw, and we have to be happy with that, honestly. So we all know that that's the case. The Gun Club will be the next ROH Tag Team Champions. That's a good idea. He didn't say, did he say AEW Tag? That would be actually a good idea. Because I don't even know who has the ROH Tag Team Championships. Who has the ROH Tag Team Championships? Oh, wait a minute. No, they don't have them. Do they have them? Do FTR have the ROH belts? They got AAA. Yeah, ROH. Yeah, they don't have the AEW belts. That's why I'm pissed off. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, they don't have the belts they should have. Fucking stupid. It's so stupid. Just give them the fucking AEW championship. It's so stupid. God, I'm going to be talking about this show for 2 hours. It was so good, guys. I promise. Last night's episode of Dynamite was so fucking fire. I could be here talking with y'all for like the next 3 hours about this shit. We barely got cracked into the show. But after that, we had Jungle Boy, Jack Perry do an open contract match. And he got answered by Sanjay Dutt, really, who volunteered Jay Lethal to go out there and fight him. Obviously, both of these guys are great in the ring. Jay Lethal's an all-time great inside the ropes. Jungle Boy obviously is really, really, really good inside the ring. So this match was fucking fire. I don't even know what you want me to say about it. Sanjay Dutt was trying to cause a distraction literally the entire match, which, almost gave, there was a couple near falls where or a couple situations where it looked like Jay Lethal could possibly get the win. He hit the Macho Man elbow, which is always fun to see because obviously, he had the Macho Man gimmick for a while. So, ooh, yeah, dig it. He did that. I was happy to see that. But he did end up taking the loss. How did he? Oh, he put him in the snare trap. That's right. He tried to get it on at one point, but then he ended up locking it on to get the win. So Jay tapped out. Great match. Didn't go too long, maybe 7-10 minutes, something like that. It was somewhere in there, but the match was great. Another fire match. We haven't had a bad match on the show yet, and that's going to continue. So what we have after that? What we have? Oh yeah, this is fire, and I'm looking forward to this now. I think Action Bronson is going to be good in the ring. I think he's gonna be good in the ring. We already discussed how much he looks like Otis. We already discussed that, right? Like, he definitely looks like Otis, reminds me of Otis a lot. But nah, Otis or Jay Lethal can't win that match. Jungle Boy is kind of mid. Christian kind of carried that feud. I can legitimately, say that. Christian carried that feud. Christian has been amazing since he got to AEW. It 1000% sucks that he got hurt. And before we move on, I got to make a point. Them putting Jungle Boy against Luchasaurus isn't a payoff for this feud. When Christian comes back, the first thing he needs to do is attack Jungle Boy. Period. Because if Jungle Boy doesn't eventually get his comeuppance after all the shit Christian said about his family and all that stuff, it's not gonna play well. Like, but I think this extends Jungle Boy's time without having to have a championship and people still having that, because I don't know, Christian probably gonna be out 6 months, 8 months, something like that. It's a pretty bad injury from what I know, so he'll be out for a little bit, and then when he comes back, he should attack Jungle Boy and be like, I'm back, and then they can hit the ground running to continue this feud, because this feud has to keep going. It was too good. You know what I mean? The promos were good. Jungle Boy just started cutting good promos like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? At the end of the feud, right when the feud was supposed to have a match, that's when fucking, Christian Cage get hurt and Jungle Boy start cutting good promos. So we would have got the payoff at All Out, but obviously we didn't. We just saw Luchasaurus slam him into a metal grate, and we got a 1-minute match or something like that, and that was it. So it is what it is. But moving on, what do we have after that? Oh, yeah, we had Action Bronson, because I think he's going to be good. They showed him and Hook doing a training session, beating up, MMA dummies or whatever, the training dummies. They showed him doing suplexes to the just showed him training. You know what I mean? It was a dope. The way it was filmed was super dope. It looked like a music video. Action Bronson's a dope ass rapper. You know what I mean? It sounds a lot like Ghostface, too much like Ghostface, but he's an awesome rapper. Let's just call it what it is. You know what I mean? Straight Queens, New York vibes. You know what I mean? So shout out to Action Bronson. Him and Hook are going to be facing off against the JAS's, who are they going? What's their fucking names? God damn it, it's too many fucking wrestlers. Oh my God, it's too many fucking wrestlers, man. Bronson is gonna be great. You think so too, Gruss? I agree. I think he's gonna be fucking good next week, and he's got a kind of a bar to match, because Bad Bunny, Pat McAfee, who else we got? There's been some more. Who else? What other celebrity? Oh yeah, Logan Paul killed it. We've had some fire celebrity matches, bro. The Shaq match in AEW, if we gonna go to AEW celebrity match, the Shaq match was fire. Shaq went through a table and shit. Cody Rhodes killed. Like, that match was fun. So, I think he has a bar to, a high bar to match. But I think they have something. I just think that it's gonna be a good match. Now, when it comes to Hook, Hook is good in the ring, but Hook's not exciting in the ring. I think that's why his matches don't go that long. His personality is cool. He's the cool guy. So I'm not really sure how Hook is going to be when he actually has to start talking. I would fucking love if Action Bronson was his mouthpiece. Like, how fucking dope would that be if he had Action Bronson be the guy that's talking for you? Got the big, massive guy who looks like he eats humans. He's a great chef, by the way, Action Bronson. But yeah, you got the big guy who's the manager for the little guy. You know what I mean? It's like, I just think that dynamic would be fucking fire. You could have him cut all the promos, because Action Bronson, clearly, he did most of the talking during the video package last night. So I'm pretty sure he's a rapper. He can cut a promo. And he's a massive wrestling fan. So apparently he's been like strength training over the last, however much time. So he's been preparing for this moment. I'm waiting to see Griselda get in the ring. You know what I mean? I'll see my boy Conway, you know what I mean, get in the ring against somebody. You know what I mean? See how that plays out. You know what I mean? They up next. But yeah, this package was dope. They was just talking about how they gonna beat up the JAS guys next week. So definitely looking forward to that match. First celebrity match we had at AEW in a long while. So should be a lot of fun. And then we got the thing I was least excited about that didn't need to happen on the show. It blew me. Like, honestly, it blew me. And not in the good way. Blew my high. But yeah, why the fuck is Matt Hardy back on Dynamite? I know he's not back on Dynamite. He's wrestling on Rampage, but this show of hands. Just put a 1 in the chat. How about this? Or do the hand up emoji. Who wants to see Matt Hardy versus Darby Allin in 2022? I'm gonna give y'all a minute or so. Just anybody, just give me Give me okay. Gruss wants to see Darby versus Matt Hardy. Okay, we got one, but Gruss is a troll, so I don't know if I could trust that. Um, Gruss is a super villain. I'm not sure if he just wants to see everything burn. And having Matt Hardy back on Dynamite is definitely a way to make it burn. I don't care about Matt Hardy wrestling, especially when he's with Jeff. Cool, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Period. Jeff ain't around. Jeff got issues. And Matt keeps bringing him up on TV. I remember you wrestled my brother, and we had some great man. You one of my biggest rivals, and I'm trying to climb my way back up to the top. Matt, no one wants to see you at the top, and no one believes you're about to beat Darby Allin. He's one of the youngest rising superstars in pro wrestling. Why would you, old ass, concussion riddled, bad back and ass bone, Matt Hardy beat Darby Allin? Like that's crazy. But anyways, that just blew me because I don't want to see them fight on Rampage. There was a match on Rampage that I do want to see. Talk about that in a minute. But this one was not one of those matches. so I still won't be tuning in to Rampage. I might tune in for the 15 minutes to watch Danhausen and Ethan Page. Because I just want the promo got me. We'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, they also showed Darby Allin before this. He was riding a bike that I'm going to be buying my son soon, a big wheel. He was basically doing big wheel stunts, which were fucking cool. I ain't gonna lie, it looked awesome. He was like doing ramp jumps and shit on a big wheel. It shit looked fucking fun. It looked super dangerous, but there was like pads and stuff. So he's basically a stunt man. So watching him throw himself all over the place in the ring is not surprising. Obviously, he threw himself downstairs in a body bag. The dude is fucking nuts. He's fucking nuts. Like, I don't know what kind of drugs he takes. He might be straight edge I don't know, because you do stuff like this, you can't be on drugs, because weed would open my mind to realize I was doing something stupid to myself. Yeah, after the Matt Hardy and Darby stuff, we had Powerhouse Hobbs come out and literally do one move and beat a guy. And he beat himself up too, apparently. Now, y'all could answer this for me because I'm not 100% sure what happened. Did he bite the blood pill too early? Because that was a lot of blood, but I've bitten my tongue and my lip, and there's a lot of blood. So, I've literally had to spit up blood for like 10 minutes after biting my tongue one time. So, and that power slam looks so devastating that he definitely could have bit his tongue or bit his lip because he's always doing the probably just bit his lip making a face or some shit. The impact of the power slam definitely could have done it. But he also could have had a blood pill in his mouth that he was holding for the scenario that happened right after the match because he got on the mic. Hobbs on the mic. Cool. So he got a second to talk. He said, yeah, I'm done with Ricky Starks. You know what I mean? I know he's in battle back. It only took me 5 minutes to beat him, though. So he's, no comp. And I'm moving on to the next thing. And, as soon as somebody says they're moving on to the next thing, just like Seth Rollins thought he was moving on. No, I'm not done with you. Ricky Starks comes walking down. He's looking kind of sad and depressed. But, he's just kind of playing mind games, I guess. He came in all black with his black shades on, with his shoulders slumped and his head hanging, just walking through the crowd. The crowd's going nuts, by the way. Ricky Starks is super over, as he should be. The guy's fucking amazing. And they did the right thing. They can't just have him lose to Will Hobbs and then move on from the feud. I don't care if he loses to Will Hobbs again, but the match has to be 20 minutes. You know what I mean? It can't be a 5-minute squash match. So, I could definitely understand them not wanting Hobbs to lose to somebody a third of his size. You know what I mean? Especially if you're about to put him in the TNT or World Championship. I think Hobbs should be in the TNT picture and Ricky Stark should be in the World Championship picture with Moxley and Bryan Danielson and all those guys. That's my personal opinion. You guys let me know what you think. But yeah, he crushed that dude, Matt DiMariotti. Then fucking Ricky Starks came down and he acted like he was gonna get a microphone or he was gonna talk from out, and then he just all of a sudden got a burst of energy and just dove into the ring and he socked Hobbs one good time in the mouth. And I think that's where the blood pill was supposed to actually pop, if there was a blood pill involved. I think that's where it was supposed to he's supposed to bust him open. You know what I mean? And Hobbs that power slam, you got a fucking blood pill in your mouth, you probably gonna bite it on accident. It just is what it is. It probably would have been a smarter move for him to put it in his mouth right after he beat the dude or when he was pinning him or something, kind of wipe his mouth and put it in his mouth like that or something, like after he did the power slam, because I'm sure he'll do that in the future, just knowing that the impact of a power slam like that could burst the blood pill, the rare times that they even do that spot. So whatever. I wasn't mad at it. But yeah, Ricky Starks got in the ring, start punching him, got him up out the ring, and, Hobbs ran off. He didn't run off. He walked off. But Ricky Starks did his pose. And basically, they're continuing the feud, which they should, like I said. So that was dope. Love both of those guys. Wishing both of those guys massive success in 2022 and 2023 going forward. Then we had maybe match of the night, probably match of the night. Fuck, it's so difficult. I could not choose between this match and the main event for the best match on the show, because then we had the AEW World Tag Team Championship match between the Lucha Bros and Swerve in Our Glory. First of all, Swerve came out first. The Lucha Bros came out. Then Swerve came out. Massive boos, because he's clearly in hill mode. And then we got Keith Lee coming out. Massive cheers. So these guys on the same team. Crowd definitely reacts to them both completely differently. But they've been building that since these guys got together. That's kind of been the story they've been telling since these guys got together. Everybody's been expecting them to break up. Swerve is definitely turning on Keith Lee because he's a jealous guy. That's his character. I don't think he's jealous in real life, obviously. Yeah, they said the winners of the match will defend next week against the Acclaim. I don't know why this match really happened. I think they're just furthering the Swerve and Keith Lee stuff because Lucha Bros just got the Trios Championships in a fucking phenomenal match where they beat, a really good team. And, or they didn't, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, they did beat really good team and best friends. Or, yeah, it's the best friends. So they just got their titles. I don't know why that they were going to be double champs. I guess the story you could have told is we got three guys and we're all double champs. So cool. I'm with that. That makes sense because Pac already got his two belts, so they would have had two belts themselves. Cool, works for me. But that is not what happened, because this match, what the fuck? That match next week is going to be crazy. I don't know if it's going to be as good as this, honestly, because first of all, you got Penta and Ray in the match, so you already getting the fucking springboard rope run fucking god damn it, I keep forgetting the name of that move, Gruss. Why do I keep forgetting the name of this fucking move? A Spanish fly. You get, Ray run on the ropes and then jump and do the Spanish fly off the top rope. He hit that on, it was him that hit that. But then, all right, I'm just going to skip ahead because we got to talk about this spot. I tried to make it the thumbnail, but I couldn't get a good freeze frame for the thumbnail. It's hard doing wrestling moves. Like, I be wanting to do action shots for thumbnail pictures, but they never work. It's too hard to get, unless you get them from the website. WWE, you get good action shots because their pictures are up on their website like hours after the show. So, but anyways, this fucking spot, all four guys in the ring. I think Penta and Swerve were on the top rope, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Penta and Swerve on the top rope. Penta ended up getting slammed. Who did he fuck? I think he slammed. I can't even remember how it happened. All I remember is that motherfucking Penta did a fucking Canadian destroyer to Keith Lee off of Swerve's back, or off of Penta's back, one of their backs. He jumped on one of their backs and did a Canadian destroyer to Keith Lee. If you haven't fucking seen, this is the first time in I don't even know how long that I stopped a show and rewound that shit like 5 times so I could watch that move over again. I was like, yo, that's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Like, why has no one done? I mean, people do Canadian Destroyers 6 times a wrestling show, but just Keith Lee, that spot was fucking nuts. I was like, I popped so hard for that shit, yo, just because it was just so smart the way he was, he jumped on his back, able to use the momentum, and Keith's a little taller, so you had to make it work. But oh man, that spot was just so fucking fire, bro. I almost wish they would have saved it for next week, but obviously, fucking Max Caster and Anthony Bowens ain't doing Canadian destroyers, so they use it in this match with two guys that use them often. So, yeah, man, fucking phenomenal match, man, phenomenal match. Keith Lee and Swerve in Our Glory did end up getting the win. It was go watch it. I'm sure you guys already seen it, but if you haven't seen it, if you're watching the show because you want to know what happened and you haven't seen, go watch that match. I can't even tell you, just got to go watch the whole show. Honestly, it's one of the best Dynamites I've ever seen. And maybe I'm a little biased because of like I'm really focused on the wrestling, but I just love good wrestling matches. Like I'm a sports entertainment guy. I love the sports entertainment aspect. I love being entertained. I like funny shit in my wrestling, as long as it's not overdone. But I need good wrestling matches for me to care about any of that other shit. I don't want to see none of that other shit if I'm not getting at least half of the show full of fucking bangers when it comes to the wrestling match. So this match was fire. Please go watch it. Swerve and Our Glory retained their AEW Tag Team Championships. The crowd was kind of indifferent because, everyone loves Penta and Ray. And everyone hates Swerve, but they love Keith Lee. So it's like, do we cheer? Do we boo? And no one fucking knows what to do, but that's a good thing right now for the story that they're telling. Then backstage, Alex Marvez was trying to interview the guys I almost skipped over a part, sorry, because it wasn't that big of a deal. The Acclaim just came out and, Max Caster turned heel. No, why he did that, he didn't turn heel, but he kind of just like, yo, cut my music. I was like, wait a minute, Swerve just did that. Why are you doing that to us now? I wanted to hear the rap. Fuck. Why does everybody keep depriving me of Max Caster raps? It's 2 shows in a row. So he came out and he's like, yo, cut the music. And he just basically says, Swerve, you ever cut me off again, I'm gonna beat your ass. I thought he was about to start dropping some bars. I think he rhymed one line, but then he just started talking. And he was like, that we're gonna beat you for the championships next week. That was pretty much the gist of that. Then Alex Marvez was backstage trying to interview Death Triangle. Pac took exception to Marvez's wording when he was asking them if they had a chance or if they could be. I don't, but he reminded Marvez quickly. He's like, "Bitch, I'm the fucking All Atlantic champion, and we're the trios champions. I'm a double champ, ho. Don't be disrespecting me. Fuck is wrong with you?" And then out of nowhere, bow. And that's what I'm saying. This is why I don't like the chop spot. Because if anyone ever asked me to chop them in the face, I'm going to do exactly what Orange Cassidy did. Or if they ask me to chop him in the chest, I'm going to do exactly what Orange Cassidy did. I'm going to sock him in the fucking jaw, and the fight's going to be over. Fuck am I doing the move you want me to do for? I'm about to knock your lights out. You going to leave it open? But this was hilarious because Pac sold this shit like he was dead. Like the real Tupac. Deceased. Pac he got punched. He ain't look like that bad of a punch. he flopped on the ground and just stood there. He had his eyes like open and he literally froze. He did not move a muscle. And it was like one of the best and worst sells ever. It's like, damn, his punches are that devastating. Why isn't that the orange punch should definitely be his finishing move if it's that devastating. Maybe Pac hit his real head on the concrete, so he hit his head on the concrete when he fell or something. I don't know, but he was out. And then Cassidy just stood over him and said, double champ, man. Not for long. And then just dropped the mic and walked off. I was like, yes, I love it. That shit was dope. Like everything, like Orange Cassidy, you got to take him serious. Like he used to be funny, joke when AEW started, and he still is hilarious. Don't get me wrong, but we've seen him wrestle. We've seen him wrestle Pac. So we've seen, like, he's wrestled some of the best. He wrestled Will Ospreay, one of the top 5 wrestlers on planet Earth, and had a fucking fire match. We know what Orange Cassidy is capable of. His gimmick makes his wrestling even that much better because you don't expect it, and he can still interject some funny sports entertainment shit with his funny kicks and thumbs ups and shit. So I love this feud. I don't want to see Orange Cassidy win this match because actually, I wouldn't mind I think Orange Cassidy might win this match. Now that I think about it, since we're not doing predictions for a TV show, I think Orange Cassidy is going to win because Ethan Page has already stated that he wants the All Atlantic Championship, and I feel like it'd be better for Ethan Page to be going up against Orange Cassidy. And I'll tell you why here in a second. So yeah, that was that, and then we had another good match, and this time it involved the ladies, and it went more than 3 minutes. Am I watching Dynamite? Felt like I was watching the wrong show for a second because the ladies had a good a good showing. Uh, sorry, important business text. Yeah, so yeah, this match was between Tony Storm and Athena. Tony Storm lost her partner because she got jumped and beat up, obviously. Hikaru Shida. So Tony and Athena cut a promo, said they doing this one for Shida. You know what I mean? And Serena Deeb and Britt Baker are in the match. Two of my favorite women in AEW. Serena Deeb needs to have a title around her waist ASAP. She is probably, to me, the best woman in AEW, the most believable woman in AEW. So I would like to see her get a title just to validate that at some point. But you know, they had a good match, man. I ain't gonna run through it all because this show is really running long, and I really want to get to this main event. But surprisingly, to me at least, the Hills won. So, I wasn't expecting that, but obviously Britt Baker got fucking Rebel out there causing all kind of distractions and being a bitch. So, you know, she caused enough distraction to where Tony Storm actually ended up taking the pin, which was something that I was a little questioned about, but sometimes the champ's got to lose. I always hear people, don't ever pin the champ. No, sometimes the champ should get pinned. Like sometimes, just to make them not seem unbeatable. You know what I mean? It's like every time. No one believes Tony Storm is unbeatable, even though she's one of the best women wrestlers in the world. I ain't gonna deny her that. She's a veteran. She's been doing this. She's great. But, you know, there's other things that they could be doing. But anyways, after the match, Jamie Hayter came out because it looked like Britt Baker was about to start beating people up with chairs and shit. And Jamie Hayter came out and she snatched the chair from Britt Baker because they're friends again. Nope, that's not the case. She actually cussed Britt Baker out and beat the shit out of Tony Storm with the chair just to make sure we knew she was still a heel, but she still hates Britt Baker. So cool. I liked it all. I love Jamie Hayter, and goddamn that outfit. Holy shit. She came out in an all-black bodysuit, just ass cheeks just jiggling. Just she knew what she was doing. These girls know what they're doing. She's just ass cheeks just jiggling. Damn it, Jamie. Why? So much booty meat. Shout out to JD from NY. I started watching this show because he started saying booty meat. I was like, yeah, I can watch this show. But yeah, that match was good, man. Then we had the main event. What the fuck was this? What the fuck did I watch? Why were these men assaulting each other, and why didn't anyone call the police? Because this did not look, this was not okay. This was not okay. It looked like Jericho halfway through the match wanted to just quit. Jericho was about to be like, you know what? I changed my mind about the way we booked this match. Let's just do something. Jericho wanted to tap out standing up a couple times. It looked like he wanted to just be like, yo, I'm done. Please don't hit me again. Because basically this match was who could beat the shit out of each other with chops the most or the worst. A lot of no selling by both guys, mainly Bryan Danielson. Like he was no selling Chris Jericho's chops, you know, and Jericho was selling the shit out of Danielson's chops because he had no choice, honestly. His chest, like it looked like he burst blood vessels and he had a fucking blood clot in his chest was so red. There was a spot right here by his armpit that was just purple. It looked like Cody Rhodes when he tore his pec. I was like, did Bryan just rip his pec muscle off? Like, why? I think he just chopped his pec off. And now that's what we're seeing right now. I won't be surprised if Jericho come out and be like, yo, I'm injured. I'm out for the next 6 to 8 months. Daniel Bryan said, chop my titty off. That's because that's what, God damn, he was beating the dog shit out of this man. Like they weren't even doing a whole lot of wrestling moves, honestly. Like this was literally them chopping the shit out of each other. Jericho did a perfect fucking Hernan Karada off the top rope. How this dude 51, 52? I wore my Chris Jericho shirt. I don't even care if this man was a Trump supporter because I voted for Biden and he's a dick as well. So I don't I don't even care. This man is a fucking legend. A fucking legend, bruh. This dude is one of the greatest. Like, the GOAT thing is not far from the truth. I'm not even gonna lie. He's not the GOAT, but he's in the conversation. 100%. Goddamn, Chris Jericho, when are you gonna get bad in the ring? Or like for a few months, the lion salt was looking a little sloppy. You wasn't getting across the ring. We forgave you, you know what I mean? But then you start hitting that again, like you was 26 or 27 years old again. And this man 50. He's 50 something. I can't do none of that shit. And I'm not 50. Like, I ain't letting nobody beat me in the chest like that. I couldn't take that. So I'm like, what the fuck? These dudes are tough as fucking nails, bruh. You have to be a badass motherfucker to be a pro wrestler. I ain't gonna even lie, because damn, like, to stage that, to plan for somebody to beat you up, like, you in just a regular fight and somebody fucking you up, that's not something you planned. You didn't ask for that. But to sit there like, yeah, hit me again. When your chest, you about, like, nigga, you gonna have a stroke, he keeps slapping you in the heart like that. That's not, it don't seem safe to me. The heart is the key to the body and living. Why you keep hitting me in it, man? Like, so this match was crazy, man. I don't even, just go watch it. I can't really describe it. Like, honestly, it's just one of those matches that it reminded me of the Gunther and Sheamus match. It reminded me of what match was after the Gunther and Sheamus. That was also really, I can't remember. But a lot of hard hitting matches over the last few weeks where people just really been dogging each other for all of our entertainment, and I love these guys for it. Jericho has got a spot in my personal Hall of Fame forever. You know what I mean? And not just because of his match, because the man is the master of pro wrestling reinvention. Nobody's better than Jericho in the history of pro wrestling that reinvented himself. That's including Hulk Hogan becoming Hollywood and all. Nobody's better than Chris Jericho. You know what I mean? The man stays relevant for 30 years. Nobody else can do that. Nobody else has done that. So, that's why he's one of the GOATs. You know what I mean? So, he ended up tapping out once Brian danced. They were doing submissions, and Brian transitioned one into a label lock and got him in, start digging in his nose and shit, which is always weird. You're gonna have boogers on your fingers, but never mind that. But yeah, he ended up getting him in the label lock, and Chris Jericho tapped out. Fuck. I was exhausted by the end of this show. Honestly, I was like, what the hell did I just watch? Like, I'm still trying to recover from the tag match. And then I just had to watch that. Like, damn, I almost forgot about the first match that happened between Moxley and Guevara, and that shit was a banger. Last night was fucking fire as far as the pro wrestling is concerned. And that's why I tweeted out, this company doesn't need those guys. They already have a CM Punk. They have MJF. You know what I mean? They need the Elite just because the Elite started the company. You know what I mean? And they would just kind of seem not rinky-dink, or it just seemed like a dog and pony. I don't know what it would seem like. It would just be weird if the Elite weren't a part of AEW. It just would be weird. Oh, my kid's awake. Gotta go. But yeah, it would just be really weird. So I don't know. I think all this shit is just working with AEW. I think they've done a phenomenal job of covering up, or not covering up, just moving past all the controversy, the backstage drama. They finally moved past all of that. Not moved past it, obviously. We're still dealing with it. People are still on suspension or whatever. But it's not as bad as it was as far as, how people are feeling about the product, because Tony Khan just said, you know what? I'm going to distract everybody with awesome fucking wrestling shows. And that's what he's done. And I appreciate that shit. What y'all talking about in the chat? Danielson chopped 10 years off of Jericho's career. Facts. And possibly a titty. They need to stop copying Gunther. It will end your career. Right. That's what it feels like. Everybody's just trying to emulate that Sheamus and Gunther match, but those dudes are different. Those dudes, I mean, and they big guys. You got these little dudes out here, like, just, somebody gonna get hurt, man. Danielson should win the title before MJF takes it. I don't want to see another short Moxley reign. Yeah, me neither. Bryan Danielson should definitely win the title because MJF is definitely taking it from whoever else. He's definitely taking the title. Thanks to Booker T. What Booker T do? I don't even know what Booker T did. I don't listen to Booker T that much. He's little not for me. I just hate the way Booker T talks so much. And he says shucky ducky quack quack, and I just can't get past that. I can't respect somebody that walks around saying shucky ducky quack quack. Sambo ass nigga. Get out my face with that shit, man. But then Moxley came out and stood in the ring with Bryan Danielson. They shook hands, getting ready for they world title match next week, which is going to be fire, man. Can't wait for Arthur Ashe, man. Everybody that's going to be there, y'all lucky because y'all going to get to see a fire-ass card. That shit is loaded. It should look like, going to compete with the all-out card. So definitely looking forward to it. But that was the review for the show. Now, to reveal my blunt ratings. I don't think anybody's surprised by these. Not going to explain them all because I got to get out of here, go get my kid. But promos and backstage segments, 4 blunts. Matches, got a 5. Not going to argue with me. Matches, got a 5. There was 2 5-blunt matches on the show. That's enough for the match to get a 5. There was a 4.5 blunt match on the show. In the opening match, the ladies didn't do bad. Hobbs got a squash. That doesn't count to anything. So, yeah, matches get 5 blunts. No argument. I ain't trying to hear it. Storytelling, 4.5 blunts. There wasn't really anything that I didn't like on the show. You know what I mean? There wasn't. Oh, I forgot to mention Danhausen pulled up on Ethan Page, and that was a funny segment. Ethan's like, perfect. I get to beat up another goofy wrestler. I'm sick of all these goofy-ass wrestlers. And Danhausen, he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to go get that goofy guy. Wait a minute. I think he was talking about me. I thought that was funny. That was a funny moment. But anyways, the storytelling on Dynamite was great. Obviously, we talked about that earlier. Commentary was great, as always. Excalibur's really good. Tony Schiavone is a jewel to pro wrestling, and Jim Ross is a fucking legend. So guys did their thing. And the crowd was pretty hot, man. Crowd at Albany was crazy. They booed Swerve and cheered Keith Lee. They booed the shit out of MJF and cheered him. They got a lot of cheers, too, because MJF is MJF. People want him to win right now. He deserves it, and people know it. So, crowd got 4.25 blunts. The show was an average of a 4.45 blunt rating, so that's kind of crazy. It's one of the best rated shows that we've done on this podcast. I don't know. You guys could let me know if you agree that this was a 4.45 blunt rating show, but I would tend to think that I'm correct on this. Yeah, it's a great show, man. Go watch it if you haven't already. Like the video if you haven't already, because I see we got 7 people in here. Let me get 7 likes, guys. What's cracking? And hit the notification and the subscribe button if you haven't already, so you guys know when we go live. The schedule is the schedule. We be a little, maybe 15, 30 minutes late sometimes, or early, depending on what my kid is doing. So hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. The homie is coming back soon. I ain't gonna even say which one, but we got somebody returning soon. We doing our own return. I mean, we got all the WWE returns, but we doing our own return here within the next couple weeks. I'll be celebrating my birthday next Friday, so probably won't be a new show on Friday, but next Friday, but we'll see about that. I'll catch you guys up on all that stuff later. And yeah, man, always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. It's your boy, Miss Stage D. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Wrestling on Weed. The show is sponsored by Paris Terrell Clothing Company. If you don't know, I'm a fashion designer. That's what I've been doing for the last 15, 16 years. I make clothes for people. I make people look good. So you click the link in the bio if you're interested in buying some upscale menswear at paristerrell.com. I'll greatly appreciate any support you guys are willing to give. And that's it, man. That's all the promos I got. I'm up out of here. It's your boy, Miss Stage D. See you on the next one. Deuces.